Here we go. We're going to see if we can get through this without any technical difficulties today. What is up, everyone? And thank you for checking out Don't Say the F Word. We are a pro wrestling combat sports podcast. We do not use the F word when we talk about professional wrestling. You really shouldn't let your friends use it either. It's Monday. We are kicking off a nice full week of professional wrestling. Oh, look at that. We already got people joining us live on Instagram. We got Joker Slap. What's up, sir? We are going to be previewing WWE Monday Night Raw. We got the return of Drew McIntyre going to happen on Raw tonight. Jeremy and Joe are going to predict when the bell will ring for the first match. And I'm going to show off my belt because we picked our team, our faction for Fantasy Faction on Instagram. And the big guy's going to talk about who we selected. We're going to see if Joe has picked his team. Panthers here live on Instagram in the chat. We are brought to you today by Prince Nana Coffee. Promo code Don't Say the F Word will save you 10% on some fresh roasted coffee shipped directly to your door. We're also brought to you by Pure Plank. That's right, that Pure Plank. The planking product to help you get six-pack abs like Adam Copeland and Christian Cage. That's how I work out. Promo code Don't Say the F Word will save you 10% there as well. That's right, we partnered with those guys. We're brought to you by Strong Crate, Strong Box Apparel. They got some really cool shirts for all you really jacked dudes out there. He likes planking. Also brought to you again by Original Gunplugger. They hooked the big guy up. Got him a nice little toolbox for all his gunpla things. Oh, and we got Joe.
Yeah.
Joe, you working hard or you hardly working?
Both.
That works. I will take that.
Both.
Did you pick your fantasy team, Joe?
I still got to find a tag team. I might just.
What about FCR?
I was about to just reunite the Usos and pick somebody for Jay's spot. But yeah.
I don't know if you can do that.
Why not?
We gotta get the crew from our Fantasy Faction out here, lay out all the rules. Man, I bet you I could just look up all the rules.
I looked at it too, but I'm like, I need a tag team.
Mark, sit down here. Mark's got his belt on.
Oh no. That's the title belt. Okay.
Yeah, I got the title belt, Joe, because I'm pretty confident that my Fantasy Faction team is, well, probably gonna be like the team. That's what I think.
Well, I started looking at it. It looked like they already done started the fantasy team. When I went on this page, I'm like,
Unrelated, just random Ric Flair.
okay, random Ric Flair.
Random Ric Flair. You gotta have some random Ric Flair going on, Joe.
I think it's like a Ric Flair day because everybody talking about Ric Flair today for some reason.
I mean, you never know why with the Nature Boy. Hopefully he ain't been, hanging out with Diddy.
Well, he could, but I wouldn't say that.
Ooh. You never know.
Hey, turn it down, girl. Thank you.
So everyone check us out here live on Instagram. You guys should go check out the Fantasy Faction. It's _Fantasy Faction on Instagram. They do fantasy pro wrestling. You select your team of 10. It's 8 solo wrestlers, 1 tag team, and they got a whole point system. You select the team captain. Team captain earns extra points. There's extra points for gimmick matches. All kinds of cool shit they got going on.
Dad, the headphones are on.
Looks like Joe's playing Roblox again.
How'd you know?
I'm learning, Joe. That's what she's always doing. She's always playing Roblox.
Exactly, yeah. So we good now.
So I'm gonna lay out my team for you.
All right. Lay out the team.
This is who I selected.
Okay.
My tag team. And it's important to point out it's across like all brands. It's AEW, WWE. I think they only take into account things that are televised. So house shows don't count. So my tag team is the Young Bucks, Nicholas and Matthew Jackson.
They got the powers there. I can see that. Yeah.
They got the power. I don't foresee them losing anytime soon.
Okay.
Just my gut tells me they're not going to lose. I also put on here the WWE heavyweight champion of the world, the one and only ring general Gunther, because nobody's dethroning Gunther anytime soon.
Nah, not yet.
He's at least going to get to Mania with that title, probably even beyond.
Oh, I don't know what you heard, but spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Triple H wants Gunther to hold the belt till 41.
That's
41.
That's Vegas, right?
I think so. Yeah, Vegas.
That's the next one. Yeah, that's doable. He ain't gonna drop it before then anyway. I don't even know if he even drops it then.
I know, but that's the goal. That's so far I've seen today.
So Gunther was a good guy for me to put in my on my team.
That is a good deal. Yes.
All right. I also put CM Punk.
I was shocked when I seen that.
What? People think I'm not a Punk fan. It's not that I'm not a CM Punk fan. I am a CM Punk fan. I'm not necessarily a Phil fan.
Okay.
And like, there's a lot that I like about Punk. I just think he's very overrated in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And he should be a heel. He's not a babyface in WWE. He's booked incorrectly. All right. We will talk about Drew McIntyre returning tonight on Raw, but Drew should be booked as the babyface, in my opinion. All right. I also going to top over to AEW here because he's I got two other picks for AEW. I got CM Punk. One big reason I got CM Punk. CM Punk's about to be in a gimmick match. Ooh, it's going to be a World Championship Elimination Chamber. Awesome. That's Panther in our comments live on Instagram. If you're not live on Instagram, miss a chance to be in the comments. But CM Punk's going to be Hell in a Cell. Pretty obvious CM Punk's going to win Hell in a Cell, and that's bonus points for my fantasy faction. You got to play the game, Joe. You got to play the game. In that same approach, Hangman Adam Page is part of my fantasy faction. I do not see a loss coming anytime in Hangman's future, but he's also going to be facing Jeff Jarrett in a lumberjack strap match.
That's Jarrett's territory right there now.
That's all right. Jeff Jarrett's not going over on Hanger unless Swerve interferes. Then this could have been a bad pick.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to see Hangman beat the tar out of Jeff Jarrett. That's JEFF JARRET double J Jeff Jarrett. Don't you forget it.
Mm-hmm.
Slab nuts.
That was a good one.
I also brought on Will Ospreay. Yet again, a guy I don't think has a loss coming anytime in his near future. We have him versus Ricochet. Ricochet's probably not going over on Will Ospreay, which that's a different conversation for us to probably have on Wednesday. Why the hell wouldn't we wait for this match?
It's going to be at the Grand Slam on next Wednesday.
No, the Grand Slam's this Wednesday, right?
Next Wednesday.
This coming Wednesday.
I thought it was next week. Oh, the second. Okay. Okay.
October 2nd is that. Yeah. October 2nd is when they're doing it because they're doing that in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Grand Slam's this week, and then this 5-year anniversary of Dynamite is next week.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I don't think Will Ospreay loses to Ricochet. However, I do think he loses in the tag match to the Young Bucks. So that may have been a bit of a wash having him involved there.
Okay, I'll go.
Not really sure what he'll lose points wise for that, but yeah, Panther said 5 years passed by fast. Sure did, man.
Mm-hmm.
October 2019. Me and your sister, we were in Pittsburgh for AEW Dynamite. It was a hell of a show.
Mm-hmm.
I met Darby. I met Orange Cassidy. Met Brian Cage. It was a good time.
Not bad.
And Cody and the Bucks closed out the show, sent everyone home happy, gave away broken parts of a table, all kinds of cool shit happened. Speaking of Cody, well, let me get to that. Got two more wrestlers on my fantasy team, Joe.
All right, let's see the other two.
The Intercontinental Champion Bron Breakker.
Yeah.
No one's taking that IC title off of Braun for a while. It's not going to happen. Which that'll bring us to what tonight is going to be with Jey Uso versus Bron Breakker. So I already have to count out a bag what my opinion is there. I also got Big Bronson Reed. No-brainer pick right there. Panther dropped it in our comments live on Instagram that he's hearing rumors of a World Championship Elimination Chamber match. I don't know if you have seen this report, but recently Bronson Reed did an interview and said there was talks of him competing for the world title at WrestleMania this year against Seth Rollins. Well, sorry, not at Elimination Chamber this past year, in Australia against Seth Rollins.
That is true.
But he wasn't able to make it. He didn't have a Mania match. So he kind of missed out on that opportunity to compete for the World Heavyweight title in Australia. Would have been in Perth.
Plus, he had to miss it because his wife about to give birth to a child too that day in Australia. Just saying.
I didn't miss work when my child was born. It's a problem nowadays. Everyone's soft. Everybody's got to miss work for this and that.
Did you even have a job when she was born?
Why you got to bring that up? No, man, I didn't. I was 15 years old. No, I didn't. Okay. I didn't miss homeroom. Actually, I probably did. I probably skipped. I don't know. Shit. So that leaves me with one person left for my team, Joe.
Daddy, what's one?
The one person left on my faction is also the captain of the team. Because with the fantasy faction on Instagram, your captain earns bonus points. My captain is none other than the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Daddy, that was the wrong one. Is it this one?
So again, lunch drawn out. Here's what my team consists of. The Young Bucks are my tag team, followed by Hangman Page, Gunther, CM Punk, Bronson Reed, LA Knight, Will Ospreay, Bron Breakker, and team captain Cody Rhodes. That's a solid faction, man.
That is. I remember my 8. I had the 8. Well, I had Swerve. I didn't have a captain at the time. I ain't got a captain yet, but I put Swerve. I put Jey, Bron Breakker, Roman Reigns, Will Ospreay, Pac.
Pac's a good one.
Pac. And the other two were Nick Nemes from TNA.
I have no one from TNA or NXT on my team.
Yeah. And eighth one, I forgot the eighth one. Shoot. I forgot who the eighth one was. I left it in the message.
You need to get it together, Joe.
I know. But yeah.
You need to get it together.
But those are my picks for the time being. Oh, I did Offspring. Will Offspring. That was it. Will Offspring. Yeah, there you
go. I was back and forth on my tag team. I really was leaning toward taking the Outrunners.
Really?
The Outrunners are fantastic, man.
They are really. They funny. I ain't mad. They good tag team.
They're hilarious. The shit's hilarious. I love the 80s vibe. One of them, I think it was Turbo, recently put up on his Instagram them with Tony Schiavone, and he ran through a filter and said it was from 1988.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
That shit's hilarious. I love it. I'd love to interview one of those guys. That'd be great. Yeah, that's my fantasy faction. I stuck to main roster WWE and AEW. One big reason for that, Joe.
Why is that?
So that whenever I'm watching wrestling with your sister, I can look over and go, that guy's on my fantasy team. I know all the fantasy football nerds like to do that shit, and since I don't watch football, I figure this is my only opportunity to hit someone with that nonsense.
That's that fantasy football. That's nothing. Don't mess with it. Just don't mess with it.
I've never watched a football game in my life, Joe.
I'm just telling you, if you ever play fantasy football, try it for one time. That is, whew, you going to war. I'm just saying in a nice way. You going to war. You going to rip your paper off if one person misses a touchdown, pass, yard, everything. It will be war. So good thing you ain't doing fantasy football.
So before we go dive it in head first into the Raw preview and some of the rumors around some of these Raw superstars, I want to speak directly to the F-heads out there. F-head nation, if you will. All right. So Panther, Cuban Gorilla, if you out there, maybe your sister's out there watching, Joe, whoever's out there, fans of the show, I need your help, I need your support. And no, it's not donating money to a Patreon. We don't do that shit here. I need y'all to go onto your Instagram and follow the illegal brother-in-law, Joe. And I want you guys to pressure him to sign up to be on Netflix's Love is Blind. They're coming to Ohio. They're going to do a casting call in Cleveland. There's going to be Cleveland, Cincinnati calls, but Cleveland, Joe can go for the casting call for Love is Blind. Let's get the illegal brother-in-law on Love is Blind. Yeah, Joe, my wife, she loves that show. Your sister enjoys that show, and her and I were talking like, we could see you on there. Let's get Joe on Love is Blind.
I don't even know.
Panther says, do it, Joe.
Hey,
do it. Get on Love is Blind.
I'm just going to say that I clicked on the link. It didn't show nowhere to apply for that. So I bust out laughing when I see it. I'm like, click on it, and it doesn't got no link, no nothing. So
it's coming. You guys search it. Hey, Panther, if you get a chance, man, grab the link, drop it in the comments for Joe, so that way we can get him his application. We can do his we can highly produce your audition video.
Okay. I just need like what 3 minutes sketch. That's about it. Okay, cool. 3 minutes. Yeah.
It would just be funny for me.
You know what? I'll do it. If you find a link, I'll do it. If I get on the show against, I don't know what, 100 people, that'd be a miracle, y'all. I'm saying if I got on the show.
I think it'd be great. I think you'd be a good fit, man.
So yeah, I'll do it just for y'all. When I find the link or they talk more about it, I'll do it just for the show. If they take me, they take me. If they don't, y'all can't say I didn't try, okay?
Hey, you can find true love, Joe. You can find true love.
Okay, and my true love, if I find the true love being a millionaire, I'll be happy.
All right. Now let's talk some pro wrestling. Let's get a couple things out of the way. It seems as though the Lucha Bros are not signed with WWE.
Damn, I thought they were.
Nah, it seems like all those reports are false. Seems like there may have been a go-ahead to just maybe start producing some merchandise, but it seems as though they are still signed with AEW at the moment. Their contracts are not expired, but they are off TV through negotiations. All signs do point to them going to WWE, but it's not official yet. Also, Zilla Fatu is not signed with WWE. There was just some dispute between his management team and GCW over a fee for this past weekend. They couldn't come to terms, so that's why he wasn't there.
Okay.
See, Panther saying Zilla, I just seen that they're saying that he did not leave. I also seen that the Zilla Fatu merch page is going to be dropping new merch tonight. So if he signed with WWE, they would not be dropping new merch tonight.
Yeah,
He's got a little bit of a window to dump whatever he can dump. But what I was seeing said that he's not. Maybe he's done with GCW because of whatever the dispute is, but he's not signed with WWE. But Hikuleo is, and it looks like he's going to NXT.
Yeah, I seen that one. I saw that one.
So that would be kind of interesting. I would imagine he will take on the Solo Sikoa role of NXT, where he's going to be there while main roster Bloodline does their thing.
I say if he does it right, he'll probably be like KO, be there for like 2 months, 90 days, then gone.
You think it'll be that short of a time frame? I mean, here's the cool thing they could do. You can have Hikuleo down in NXT and just call him up if you need him. Like, have him come up, do a thing, and then he just goes back to NXT. He doesn't have to be on the main roster.
But honestly, I don't think he'd be that fast. He'll probably be up there. Just give him like time title belt, North American at least.
Yeah, he could be their North American champ for sure. For sure. We talked yesterday about what we thought it looked like they were going to do for War Games.
Yeah.
Seeing reports today that probably not going to be that. It's probably going to be what we were wanting. It'll be Bloodline 2.0 versus OG Bloodline. Roman, Jimmy and Jey, and Sami Zayn.
That's good.
That's what we all want.
That is good. I'm okay with that.
I'm hoping that's what we get, and it's literally what all of us want. So there we go. We clear the air on all of those things.
Okay.
All right. Now let's talk about what we know about Raw.
All right.
And maybe we'll go to the community stuff. But we know Drew McIntyre is going to be on Raw tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Going to roll the dice and say he's going to open the show.
I'll say that, yeah.
All right. Punk's promo was pretty good last week. It was definitely believable.
Mm-hmm.
How do you see Drew responding?
I'm gonna say he's gonna try. Let's just say he's going to say he's gonna destroy Punk in the Hell in a Cell, and he will drag them down to hell with him. And he'll probably say something along the line, "If I can't beat you, I'll leave Raw."
Oh,
there we go. So let's
think?
Let's put a stipulation in this. It's either I beat you at Hell in a Cell or I leave Raw.
Is this how you'd book it? Are you taking Drew McIntyre off of Raw and putting him on SmackDown?
I'm just saying, if it comes down to something that they tie each other, he'll put it, if I can't beat you, I'll leave Raw.
Man, that would be good because it would get Drew out of his doomed time in mid-card where I think he goes after this. I mean, he doesn't get into the main event picture on SmackDown either, though. What if Drew goes back to NXT for a minute?
NXT, man, that's cool too. Yeah, run, girl, run. There you go. NXT may work out for him too, but I just think that's how I would do it. He's tired of dealing with Punk. If I can't beat you in Hell in a Cell, I'll leave Raw.
Man, that wouldn't be bad. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Because it would give a little bit more to this, and then we can see what do we do with Drew next. You know, what happens with Drew after. Oh, we got WWE Championship belts. Wants to know if I'm interested in a wrestling belt. Well, I got one right here.
I mean, if I had to say, I would just want the classic IC title belt, the 92.
Oh, man, is that your favorite version? Championship?
Okay.
What's your favorite belt?
My favorite. Okay, so all time, just because I got into wrestling at a very young age, I would say it is the IC title belt. Has been my favorite belt.
What color strap?
The black and gold one, the original black and gold. Because when you see the Winged Angel back in the early 90s, it didn't look like a world. You could say that's the world title, but the Intercontinental Championship belt back then had that world around it. It looked better as the World Championship back then. And it had a way better design than the Winged Angel. And then you go back and look at the early 90s, mostly everybody fought for the IC more than the world. And the IC was way more, in my entertained to watch better feuds within the World Championship.
So, I like the Winged Eagle. I know there's that nostalgia thing for Hulkamania, and all the little Hulkamaniacs like that one. I think the best looking title ever is the AEW World Championship. That thing just looks like $1 million.
The first
Me personally, the OG. The OG. We don't gotta, MJF's Burberry belt was cool, but give me the OG one. The one Bret Hart debuted 5 years ago, like that title looked like $1 million.
Okay.
For me, like, hey, come on, I can buy a replica belt. I want the ECW World title. Dude, that belt's dope.
I ain't gonna lie, it is dope, man.
That belt, like, the belt, that belt's just dope, man. It's just a cool looking belt. It holds up. It doesn't, like, it's like today, man. If somebody had that over their shoulder, you're like, that's a world champion.
I think Rhino still got it. The original Rhino still has it.
Probably, yeah, I would imagine, right? That belt's just cool. Like, I mean, WWE titles are cool, but it's just the logo is so huge. The newer ones, the new world title's cool.
Yeah.
The one that Gunther has is nice. But modern titles, man, I don't know. The AEW one's the best. It's the best modern. Big Gold, WCW Big Gold belt's pretty dope. NWA title has a lot of nostalgia around it, but it don't look cool.
Oh, you want to know what belt never gets credit anymore? If you go with WCW US title belt, now that one was
the US title belt was cool in WCW. I like that. The current tag titles look nice.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that. Yeah, man, AA Championship belts, man. You guys want to send us a replica belt? You can send one our way. We can work on a sponsorship deal. Let me know.
Ooh. Okay, cool. We are all not that.
So I think Drew's promo is going to get interrupted. I think we're going to see physicality between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk tonight.
I think they're just going to. Punk had his week. This is going to be Drew week. And I think Monday is going to be the final one. They be in the ring together.
I think I'm going to agree with your prediction for this week on Raw. I think Big E returns this week with the New Day.
Nice.
After you said it yesterday, gave us some thought. I think we get the return of Big E.
Yeah, tonight will be the 10th anniversary for the New Day.
Really? I didn't even know that.
That's why they kept talking about the 10th anniversary coming up. I believe it's either tonight or tomorrow, the actual, but sometime this week, I know it.
I don't know what to expect from Bronson Reed this week. He's not booked for anything.
I'll say, what the hell with that face? They're going to do like another big show in Brock Lesnar where they're going to have one more match and set that ring up tight enough for both of them to face each other. So, if I had to say, let that be the second Hell in a Cell match if they add another one. They can't just have one. They have two.
Huh.
Bronson Reed versus Braun Strowman in Hell in a Cell. Because look,
I don't think they would do a good Hell in a Cell. I think it'd be better a Last Man Standing.
That too.
I feel like they're getting some sort of a gimmick match for sure at Bad Blood.
Okay, I just think because you see them, they ran out last week. Then the week before not before that, but that car accident. So let's just say Adam Pearce saying Hell in a Cell. So y'all can't escape, run nowhere. Y'all gonna finish this in the ring.
Punk would go for somebody else throwing a Hell in a Cell during this pay-per-view. Punk's gonna be adamant. Like him and Drew, they gotta do this. It's gotta be a bloody mess. Because Punk's booked as the babyface and he promised blood, so he has to deliver. The babyface can't lie to us.
Then maybe tonight. Let's just say tonight they have one of them steel cage above the ring already set. And booyah.
What if it's Big Blue? I hope it's Big Blue.
We'll see. It could be anything.
Dude, man. Saturday night's main event's not until December. They can't drag this thing out that long. But imagine if they could, and it was Bronson Reed versus Bron Breakker inside the Big Blue cage on Saturday night's main event. That'd be great.
That'd be great.
Um, we also have Sami Zayn versus Ludwig Kaiser advertised for tonight.
Mm, I'll say what I said. I said Sammy would win with Kaiser jumping in. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting whenever we do get Sammy versus Gunther for the world title,
Mhm.
how they book this. I think it should be booked like Walter versus Dragunov in NXT UK,
Mhm.
and it should be uncomfortable to watch. This should just be a beating of Sami Zayn,
That is true.
and I think it should get to a point where KO comes out and KO throws in the towel. I think that
Okay.
would be a good little
That
twist.
would be a good twist.
Uh, the other match we have advertised for tonight, unless you've seen more than I've seen, I've only seen one other match.
I just seen the main one, Breaker and Jey.
Bron Breakker versus Jey Uso. Intercontinental title.
See, now this match, it's a toss up right now. Because on the one hand, you do want to see Jey win his very first single titles. Then on the other,
Yep.
you want to see Bron Breakker go on and show the veteran that he ain't a rookie no more. He can take him out. So it's kind of, it's a good toss up. Like, it's a toss up. I really don't know who to pick to win. I would want to see Jey win, but Breakker making a name for himself. So
He is.
I'm going to say this is my 50-50. I can't predict who's going to win this one. It's really hard. This is a really hard one to choose from.
I I think what we're gonna get. This is my prediction, Joe.
Okay.
Solos of Bloodline's gonna cost Jey Uso this match.
Mm. Okay.
And I think this opens the door to reunite Jey with Roman. I think maybe the Bloodline cost him the match. Maybe they throw the match out. You know,
I remember what did I say?
maybe Pierce can come out and be like, you know what? No. This doesn't end this way. You guys are wrestling again at Bad Blood. Because Bad Blood's what, October 5th?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or maybe he could throw it out and say, we're going to go again next week. And then same thing happens next week. And then he goes, you know what? Fine. Bad Blood. No DQs, whatever.
I did say that too. I did say that. The Q. I did say that. Bad blood.
But I just feel like the Bloodline's going to interfere in this somehow. I don't see Jey winning.
Mm. I do. I did recall. I did say it'll be like a timeout match. Like time ran out.
All right. Right, it's a time limit draw.
Yeah.
They could do that.
Yeah.
It could be a DQ situation. Breaker's going to walk away with the title. However we get there, Bron Breakker leaves with the belt. Which then I don't know, man. I don't know who. I have two. Well, one question comes out of the community. Jordan Kirby, 123, ask who should dethrone Gunther.
Ooh. Who should be thrown Gunther?
And with that, I'm going to also ask who should beat Bron Breakker.
All right. If I had to pick,
Who does it and where? Like, what show? How's it happen?
Mm, I would say if I had to do it right, the person that dethroned Gunther should be Cena.
At Mania?
Mm, it don't gotta be Mania. We'll say for a good, nice little title run for the year. What would be Money in the Bank? Money in the Bank. Somewhere between Money in the Bank and SummerSlam. So Cena wouldn't have to hold the belt for very long. I'll say somewhere around there.
I could see it. I could definitely see Cena being the guy to take the belt off of him. Give him one last. I don't know who I would have beat Gunther. I know who I have beat Breakker, I think. At one point, I would have thought it was going to be Jey, but I don't think so now. Maybe
I mean, they both finished.
it's Dragunov.
They both
Dragunov beats
to the spear.
Yeah. Maybe Dragunov beats Bron Breakker.
Okay.
Maybe he beats him at Rumble, and then Bron Breakker goes into the Rumble match and puts on a good show. He doesn't win, but maybe he gets somewhere down like toward the end. He's not going to be Final Four or anything, but maybe he just has a good run in there.
Yeah.
He's so pissed off.
That's possible.
I just don't know who dethrones Gunther. I'm not mad at the idea of being Cena. Not mad at that at all.
Or or they do it right. Next person probably be Lesnar if he comes back. Lesnar could do it.
Do you think Brock comes back?
If he does, I think he should come back, but I think he's doing fine with what he's doing right now. Being a butcher, out hunting, living his best life. I think he's doing fine.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to. I mean, he's got the money. I don't know. I can see it. I could have seen it being Brock before he got tied up in the nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I don't know. I don't know who the right call is to take that title off of Gunther. They got to build somebody up to do it. If it's not going to be, it could be Cena. Otherwise, they got to get someone on that level. And nobody else feels like the star that Gunther feels like. He's believable.
Okay. Or what about this? What if Breakker drops the belt, then goes after Gunther?
I could see that. You build Breakker up, have him drop the IC to Dragunov.
Then go after Gunther.
Then he can go. He has a good showing in the Rumble. Doesn't win it, but then he goes on to Elimination Chamber. Maybe he wins Elimination Chamber. He faces Gunther at Mania.
Nah, let's just say Breakker wins this year's Money in the Bank and then cashes in.
I could see Bron Breakker being a Money in the Bank champ, a Money in the Bank winner, because he'd have a briefcase that would match his gear. That'd be fun.
Man. With that speed he got, he can run. He could probably drag the referee down to the ring.
Could you imagine if they had him cash in at high speed? He just bursts into the ring, spears the shit out of somebody, and pins them.
That's what would be good.
That'd be a great visual.
That's it, y'all. I call the future. That's when this is
Him run down, slides into the ring as Gunther celebrating defeating somebody, and Breakker just hits the ropes once and just boom, spear, and it's over.
Or he does the way he does, come from the outside the crowd, boom, spears him. The ref started in the
I think
ring.
it'd be great if we had the visual of him running full clip down the entryway.
Yeah, that'd be cool, but I like how he's doing now. He just comes out of nowhere through the crowd, jump the ring barrel. Gunther could
But
be
just
in the
imagine,
ring.
Gunther's center of the ring. He just beat the tar out of somebody. The camera pans up to get that big overhead shot. And whenever you see the overhead shot, you just see this image just sprinting, just shoot into the ring, spear.
Or you know, it'd be better. Let's just say that did happen, but what if? For some odd, mysterious reason, they planned it out perfect. Breakker runs when the fireworks goes off. You can't see him. The fireworks going off in the background. Gunther holding the belt up. Bah, bah, bah. Then the cameraman, everybody else is cheering, but they think about the fireworks. Gunther think about the fireworks. They do it that perfectly.
I could see it. I could see it. Well, that's all we know of for Raw tonight. I think our surprise on Raw will be Big E's return. But my big question for you, Joe, is what time's the bell ring, my friend? What time does the bell ring?
All right. The bell. I'm noticing. I know it's time frame is coming, so I'm going to push it up just about a minute. I'm going with 8:19.
All right, I said 8:13. There we go. Tomorrow on the show, we'll be interviewing BKFC middleweight champion Redneck Dave Mundell. We'll talk about his fight coming up in Spain. Talk about the future of the middleweight division in BKFC. We'll talk about his thoughts of Conor McGregor stepping into the squared circle of BKFC, taking the gloves off and fighting bare knuckle. That's tomorrow, 5 p.m., live on Instagram.
5 p.m. All right.
Joe, you got anything fun for the people out there?
All right. Dear fellow fans of the F-Heads.
I want F-Heads to become a thing.
F-Heads, okay.
I'm making
Dear F-Heads.
I'm an F-Head shirt.
F-Heads, I need y'all to just go click the link and share it with your friends so y'all can buy some more shirts from us. You know, we need you to buy some shirts. So click the link, link in bio, spread it, put it on your stories, whatever you want to put it on. Buy them shirts.
Get some shirts. Get that Mystic Joe shirt. All right, everyone. Thank you for checking us out live on Instagram. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, thank you guys too. But you miss out on being in the comments on Instagram if you're not here. And we will see everyone tomorrow for my interview with Redneck Dave Mundell. And we'll be back Wednesday to recap Monday Night Raw and to preview AEW Dynamite. It is Grand Slam week. So everything at the merch table is currently 10% off. So all of our shirts, the bag, everything we got going is 10% off for Grand Slam week. And so maybe you can save a little bit of money. You can go to Denny's and get some pancakes.
There you go.
Till tomorrow, everybody. We're out. Enjoy Monday Night Raw. And hopefully we get Big E back throwing pancakes.
All right.
We're out.
Pancake.
I just found the best way to shop for wrestling fans. Tired of paying full price for merch? Well, now you can get Grand Slam savings on all your favorites. Just click the link below to get 10% off. It's super easy. And always remember, don't say the F word.
And always remember, don't say the F word. Shop